Good afternoon. Today is a little different. I bought this 3-4 years ago. I don't know. I don't even remember where I bought it. The only thing I really remember was it was cheap. It's $9.99 is on the bottle, and then they had it in a 20% off rack. Little push cart that they had in the back of the store. Everything was 20% off in it. I said to myself, John B Stetson Bourbon Whiskey, 42%, so at least it's beating the 40%. Aged in select charred oak cask, distilled, aged and bottled in USA. Make things right and the best they can be. John B Stetson. Can't even talk. Stetson. Legendary hat since 1865. Now we know the John B Stetson company itself didn't do that. It was made for John B Stetson Spirits LLC, Fairfield, California. But they do have a StetsonBourbon.com. I've not went there. I can't tell you anything about it. And it also says Bourbon Whiskey, 1/2 year old. And it even got a cute little hanger on here with a piece of leather and a lot of blurb. But it ends with define who you are. I'm pretty clear who I am. I'm in my 50s now. I ain't changed, I ain't gonna change. I'm pretty consistent as the day is long. So, I've never opened it. This is what's new. Usually I've always opened them and sampled them before now. But this is 1/2 year old bourbon. Let's see just what it is. We're gonna pour us a healthy one. Give it just a second. It's supposed to be a year in the glass for every year, so this is only gonna need 30 seconds. According to Ralphie. I do like the embossed bottle, and it's pretty straightforward. I like all the embossing on it. I like the cowboy scene, John B Stetson Bourbon Whiskey, and they're giving you straightforward information, telling you it's only a 1/2 year old. So I mean, you know, you got to take it. They're not really technically hiding nothing. And to be a bourbon whiskey, you can be a bourbon whiskey in 6 months old. I think you can be a bourbon whiskey in 3 months old. I forget what the exact cutoff is. There is one, I believe, but anyway, you know, I like the label. I like the cowboy scenes. I live in the West Midwest. I'm gonna give the aesthetics on it, bottle wise. I can't help it. I like it. I'm gonna give it. It's probably gonna be the highest score of the whole dang thing because of the embossing. I'm gonna give it a 7 on the aesthetics. I can tell you, no legs to speak of. You can see through my, man, this glass has got all kinds of fingerprints all over it. It's golden urine color. It's a yellow urine color. So there's not much there. There is a weak bourbon note. Real grainy. Corn really comes through in this. I'm gonna guess it's a rye too, because I get a little bit of that rye back on it. Yeah. Light rye note coming with that corn. Touch of caramel. Just a little bit. That rye spice is there. Gives it just a little bit of backbone. That's about it, guys. Not getting much in the way of barrel effect. I'm not getting much in the way of, not even just a slight caramel note. ever so slight a vanilla note. Now this is just, I know this is the neck pour. Bottles can improve. If it does, I'll do another video on it. That's it, guys. Nose is not very good on this. I gotta give it a score out of 1 out of 20. I'm gonna give the nose a 10. Because there's just enough there to make a presentable nose, but it's not very rich, it's not very becoming. All right, flavor wise, cheers. Oh. Very alcohol driven, even for 42%. That's not the first whiskey I've had today. So my palate's already been extremely alcohol forward, grain alcohol. When you don't let wood set long enough in a whiskey to do its effect, wood becomes a hindrance. Young wood in a young whiskey is just not good. You've got two things. It's not had time to have the proper interaction, and that's where you're at with this. This is very raw. Raw wood, raw corn, raw rye. A touch of caramel, a slight development. This is a mixer. I mean, this is really just a mixer. Flavor 1 out of 20. A little sour grain. Raw wood. Flavor, I'm going to give an 8. Mouthfeel, watery mouthfeel, 1 out of 20. I've actually had 4-year-old that was watery, not quite on this level though. 1 out of 20, I'm giving that an 8 too, because the mouthfeel's just real watery, real. The alcohol hits you, but it don't hit you in a stingy way. It hits you in a raw finish on it. You do get a bit of the caramel. It goes quick. A little bit of the caramel. Maybe just a touch of vanilla in there. I get it. Just a touch of it. Backsides of my tongue. Finish is 1 out of 22. Finish is a 10. Value, 1 out of 10. I'm getting not well-made whiskey for $9.99. Well, I really got it for $7.50. I mean, you still have to put tax back on it. There is some value to it, but it's not really value toward a whiskey drinker that's looking to drink whiskey. It's more for somebody who's just looking for a cocktail party or somebody that just wants to abuse alcohol, and it's a cheap alternative to do so. Oh, dang. 1 out of 10, I got to give it a 6. Let's total this up. 16, 26, 36, 42, 49. Let me double check my math here. 10, 20, 36. 36 and 6. 36 and 6 is 42. 42 and 7 is 49. 49 is what I give this. That is definitely an F. Slightly below an F. Is it drinkable? Yes. Do I have interest in drinking it? No, but we are going to go back and try it in a couple, 2-3 months. I'm going to leave this bottle open for about an hour after we're done with this. I want to put the lid back on it, let it set for a couple, 2 to 3 months, and we'll come back and give it a sample and compare to this and see if it did improve. If this improves any at all, I will go ahead and shoot another video on it, just to maybe a short on and off night. But the aesthetics is the best part of this whole bottle. The aesthetics and the affordability. But is it horrible? Yeah. From a person's perspective that is drinking whiskey for the enjoyment of drinking whiskey, full flavored, full bodied, well made whiskey, this is not enjoyable. Do with it what you want to, take from what you want to out of this video, but every once in a while you got to do these videos. Didn't cost me really nothing to do it. I don't mind it. So with that said, remember, spirit in your glass ain't running from you. Take your time, sip it, enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. Everybody have a wonderful day. And I'm going to try to make the best out of this that I can. I'll see you guys later.